Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe they told me that I would never make it? Now we smiling in their faces, smiling in their faces.
If you're talking about me, say me.
Ain't gonna be specific,
right? Which is cool. And I ain't never had a problem with T-Mac. But the other thing I would say, which was one of my boys' favorite lines, stop me when I'm lying.
These guys get very emotional when they hear certain things that they don't like. Vince Carter jumps way higher than Kobe. We know that.
Without a doubt.
T-Mac, for lack of better words, probably had a better bag than Kobe. But to Byron's point, why didn't y'all become Kobe?
So it all started June of 2025 when the Indiana Pacers were playing the Oklahoma City Thunder. Tracy McGrady and Gilbert Arenas were on an ESPN panel, and T-Mac uttered this disgusting, untruthful statement.
I have too many talented players that come through this league that are championship worthy. What I mean by that, if you take them off a team that is a championship quality team, replace me with Kobe with Shaq. I don't win a championship. You don't think I could carry the Lakers to a championship?
Nope.
Like, I've never had the opportunity.
Correct.
Shut up! Before I bust a cap up in your ass.
I felt like if I was put in that position to win a championship, I damn sure would show up and do what I do in the playoffs.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
So this is one of the few things that really got me getting into making basketball content on my channel. I did different content before, but this right here is what really drove me to say enough is enough. This and the Bleacher Report, ranking Steph Curry over Kobe. I'm like, dude, listen, the amount of disrespect that has been given towards this man since he's passed has really, really just been unnecessary, just straight unnecessary. So right now, Byron Scott has said publicly, T-Mac and Vince Carter were way talented than Kobe. Natural abilities. Vince jumps out the gym. T-Mac just had a natural ability. And T-Mac already went on a limb and said, hey, I never trained. I never took practice that serious. But I don't think it was going to make me better. So without further ado, let's roll this clip. It's a little bit longer, ladies and gentlemen, but if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe. Also, guys, I do have a new Instagram for Tyler Rose TV. It is Tyler Rose TV. So just like that, type it in. I should leave a description down here or somewhere around the border of this video. But let's get into today's video.
Byron mentioned, it was a question in the audience, Byron mentioned to the effect that Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady was probably more talented than Kobe, but they couldn't outwork Kobe. Well, T-Mac jumped in and responded on the post. And I quote, "Some people don't know how dumb that sounds." That's what he responded. Your take to that?
Who are the some people you talking about? For real. Who's the some people you talking about? And then,
how do you take it? Like, are you taking it that he's referring to you, or is he referring it to?
I'm not taking it anywhere. I'm just saying be more specific. If you're talking about me, say me.
Ain't gonna be specific,
right? Which is cool. And I ain't never had a problem with T-Mac. But the other thing I would say, which was one of my boys' favorite lines, stop me when I'm lying.
Yeah.
Facts.
Stop me when I'm lying. You are talented as hell. I've never said nothing different than that. Vince, talented as hell. What I'm saying is Kobe worked harder than anybody I've ever seen and got more out of his body and his self than any player I've ever seen. That's what made him the Black Mamba, right? I ain't taking a diss at T-Mac or VC. Both of those guys, I love both of them as basketball players, as people. They're unbelievable. They're Hall of Famers. But bro, if you gonna say something, say it. You know, all I'm saying is that man got every little bit, every ounce out of his body more than any athlete I've ever seen in my life. That's all I'm saying.
The tank was empty. Okay.
And he said it when his last game. I left everything on the floor when I played this game. I gave this game everything I got.
Man, let me tell you something. These guys get very emotional when they hear certain things that they don't like. Vince Carter jumps way higher than Kobe. We know that.
Without a doubt.
T-Mac, for lack of better words, probably had a better bag than Kobe. But to Byron's point, why didn't y'all become Kobe? In the grand scheme of things, where his legend grew. That's the only man that has 2 numbers retired by a franchise.
Facts.
2 numbers that are Hall of Fame worthy numbers, whichever one he wore, even though he was the same person. But you can retire 8 in the Hall of Fame. You can put 24 in the Hall of Fame. Okay? So let it be known. Nothing was said against you personally.
Nothing.
It's the fact that this man did work harder than you. He get up at 4 a.m. and
He
work
worked
out.
harder than
while y'all were in the
everybody I've ever
club,
seen.
while y'all were in the strip club, he was working.
I didn't say all that. I'm just saying.
Oh, damn.
I didn't know if you was in strip clubs. I'm just saying. I'm speaking totally basketball. That man. I'm speaking totally basketball. That man. Again. Anybody that's watching Byron Scott's Fast Break right now, tell me when I'm lying. Stop me when I'm lying. That's all I want to say. I ain't say nothing about no strip clubs. Nothing about sluts.
These boys hate hard work, man. These boys hate hard work, man.
I'll be the first to tell you that what Kobe did after Shaq was more impressive than what he did with Shaq. Now, take nothing away from Paul Gasol, but Paul Gasol is not the caliber of a player of a Shaquille O'Neal. When Shaq left, he played with a guy similar to Kobe, not as good as Kobe, I'm not saying that, but Dwayne Wade was averaging 36 in the finals. Kobe had a guy who was all-star, I think, one time, never won a playoff game in his life, and not saying Paul Gasol's not great, but the level of talent that he had for his second wingman, for his Robin, his actual Robin, and not a Batman and not a Batman and Superman, but a Batman and Robin was Paul Gasol, and everyone wants to mention Shaq or what they would have done with Shaq. When is T-Mac going to say what I would do with Paul Gasol? Because look at the stats and look at the eye test. Yao Ming in his prime was better than Paul Gasol. Yes, he was. Yao Ming was a better player. That Rockets team was a great team. They had Shane Battier, they had Rafer Alston, Luis Scola, great team. Why in the hell can you succeed with that team? And why do you feel the need to send shots at a player who's supposed to be your friend? So when Byron Scott's getting up here and saying put an ad on it, let me know when he did lie. I don't see any problem with what he said. And I think the biggest problem is a lot of these players regret their careers. They look back and they wish they could have done more. They wish they could have had more success. And they realize they're slowly being forgotten about. Like, let's face it, even a guy as good as Carmelo Anthony or Allen Iverson, these are my favorite players. My favorite players are Kobe, AI, and Melo. But even AI and a Carmelo, they start to fade, right? Like, because they weren't as big as a Kobe being Bryant or like a LeBron or Jordan. You know, certain players are so big that their legacies after they play are still like ingrained in the game. And I think what Tracy McGrady's realizing is, as good as he was in his day, he's being forgotten about. And people realize or look back and say, well, he didn't accomplish enough, or he didn't do enough for us to really put him all time, or for us to speak to him in that way. Didn't win a playoff series. Like his career was really kind of a failure in a sense. Not in the sense of his scoring titles or all-star selections or all-NBA, but in the sense of him actually having success in the postseason. His career, his playoff success was really what hindered him. If he had a couple of good playoff runs, or if he had reached the finals, maybe we talk about Tracy McGrady differently. So when he says, I want to play with Shaq, or what I would do with Shaq, he's just foreshadowing us to say, I wish I had more, because the reason Kobe had the success is because he had this and I didn't have it. And that's a false statement, because no one ever wants to mention what he did after Shaq. It seems to me at this point, everybody who has came up short or maybe felt away and had some secret jealousy, they're all coming to the forefront now, and they're saying how they feel. But the biggest problem that I have is none of these guys had the balls to say this to Kobe being Bryant. None of the guys had the guts to speak up and say it while he was alive. They waited till he was no longer here to take shots at him, to throw slight jabs, subliminals, all of these things that makes people like me want to defend his name, because I know what that guy did for me when it came to the game of basketball. I know how exciting he made the NBA. I know how excited and how inspiring he was to many, many players that we see today. And that right there is worth way more than career accolades or anything. How you inspire the next generation is huge. And how he inspired me being a younger person, man, you looked up to the guy, you wanted to be like the guy, and then watching him play, you know he was ruthless, you knew he was competing, you didn't have to ask yourself, is this game worth watching? If Kobe was playing, it was worth watching. I shared this story before, and I've shared it on other videos, so you might have heard it, but in 2007, I saw him play in the Boston Garden. I'm from the Boston area. He scored 43 points in a game in January, and the whole place was chanting MVP chants. I've shared this video clip before, but this is what I'm talking about, right? This is the experience that I had. I've seen Carmelo play more than once. I've seen LeBron play more than once, and these are some of the favorite players I've seen. The one time I've seen Kobe Bryant play is more memorable than me seeing Carmelo Anthony play twice and LeBron play twice. So those 4 games I saw Carmelo and LeBron, that one Kobe game is more memorable for me because how hard Kobe Bryant played. He personally wanted to kill that other team, and he went at it like aggressively the whole game. Reverse dunks, buzzer beaters from like almost half court, 3 balls. I think he had like 6 threes. The experience to me is another reason why I always try to keep this, legacy going. Keep putting him in a good light because he deserves it. And for what he's done to the game of basketball, for guys like T-Mac to supposed to be his friend, to take these, shots at him, to me, it's unnecessary, and I don't think he needed to go that route. So shout out to Byron Scott, keeping it real, letting people know what's really going on. Because listen, man, we were there. We seen you come up short, T-Mac. You were a hell of a player, but you were no Kobe, and you had a chance to be better than Kobe if you did work hard. And that's it. That's not more of the story. Hey guys, man, I just started Instagram. Like I said, Tyler Rose TV on Instagram. You can follow it here. Make sure you're following it. I'll have all my shorts, clips, and things like that being posted on the channel. On the Instagram page. And I'm gonna see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe.